What's up, folks? Welcome to a brand new episode of Rant Overflow. For those listening to us for the first time, please consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. In this podcast, we mostly rant about typical systematic misogyny that we come across. We intend to create a platform to unite and inspire women from all over the world against any discrimination. So, ladies and allies, please come forward, share your stories, and inspire each other. Thank you. One rant at a time. What's up, folks? Welcome to Rant Overflow. So, today we are again back with a brand new episode.
Today we are going to be talking about gender discrimination. How many times in our life have we been treated differently just because of our gender? How many times have we been punished for the same things that our male peers are doing? How many times have we been looked at, pointed out that we are doing something wrong, even though our male peers are doing the same exact thing right in front of our eyes? So today's episode is going to be a little different because sharing her life story here is Ree.
Tani, I'm sure that you will agree with me that we, both of us, belong to that socio-economic strata of India. We are blessed with that family that we were not treated that differently. I mean, being a girl child, because I know many of us, like from India, they were subjected to that discrimination from their childhood. Because of the girl child, they were treated differently. However, fortunately, we didn't receive that. Never have we ever faced that discrimination.
We are really lucky to have very understanding parents and very lovable parents who never treated us differently how if they had a male child.
Having said that, there are other side too. I mean, not from our close family, but the society. The society is always misogynist, right? When somebody grew up in India, everybody has their own share of stories that they were subjected to some kind of discrimination. I have one story from like my college life. That was back in 2004, and I was the freshman. So I just started my undergrad college days, and like the freshman year, that means like just hardly 18. Hardly 18 years of old, and we were. And so that time your life seems so different. Like you felt like you were an adult. You are no longer under the supervision of school or something. And I used to go to a very strict school, so I've never got any opportunity to do anything as a school kid. So when I started my college,
just like your first taste of freedom right into adulthood.
Absolutely. So when I started my college, I used to go to a degree college, which was affiliated to University of Calcutta. So that college was some kind of a bit mediocre college. My intention is not to defame any institution, so that's why I don't want to pick any name. When I came at this point, I can see stuff from where these are all coming. Anyways, so I that time that I in my freshman year. So what happened? That was a particular day. So I was doing classes and stuff, and toward the end of the day, we had 1 or 2 theory classes left, which I was not very keen to attend.
At that point, you are an adult and you have as much judgment as to what classes you can not attend and still make up for that.
Exactly. Everybody used to do that. I mean, that's not a very harmful or very
every student has
offense.
done that. Sometimes.
So I just somehow decided that I will skip the last 2 classes, and then I had one friend of mine, very good friend of mine. She used to study in a different college. So she somehow gave me a call and said that, hey, I'm decided that I'll go home. What are you doing? So I just told, I'm also free. Why don't you come here? We'll go home together. So I just came downstairs because I had to wait for her. She is taking the subway and she was coming from, so her college was in southern part of the city, South Calcutta. So she will take a while to reach me. So I was waiting there. Then I suddenly met a guy who is from my next senior level. He is from the same department, and so I just saw him, and like casually we started to chat. So slowly the chat became very intense. It was very nice conversation, or very intellectual conversation. So by the time my friend also came and joined us, and readily we three became almost a very good friend, and we started to carry forward the conversation. So there were some stairs in front of our college, so we just sat there, continued our chat. He just simply started to smoke. He just offered us, both of us, we used to smoke a bit.
It's normal.
It was normal. However, it was not that normal that you smoke on the road, maybe in the public. It was nothing illegal, but people will stare that a lady is smoking, a very judgmental eye. There are certain intellectual places in the town where people were used to that.
Yeah, it depends on the socio-economic class of that part of the town.
Yes, we didn't even give it a second thought or anything, because nothing is wrong, right? This is nothing illegal or no illegal substance even. It's just a pretty small cigarette.
I know that smoking kills. Smoking is definitely injurious to health. It cannot be a tool or a prop to look much cooler or smarter.
We are not encouraging people to smoke here.
Exactly. But I know that now. I know when I am like at this age, I understand that you cannot look cooler just by smoking. But at the age of 18, you think so. You probably think that, I'm smoking, so I'm way much cooler. It's just because of the age. Everybody smokes, irrespective of a girl or a boy. At least I know the main norm of the society that, you were a girl, you shouldn't smoke, like that. Anyways, so we started to smoke. And then we were so engrossed in our conversation, we even didn't know that what's going on elsewhere. Suddenly I saw that my head of the department, he, along with other 2-3 men, they're in front of mine, and he was very angry. And then he pointed at me, you were sitting here and smoking? I was like, I just looked up like that, and then I had no clue what's going on. And then he asked me, so you smoke? I was like, yeah, sometimes, maybe socially. I just completely agreed, yeah. And then he told, that's so, it's so pathetic. And then he was like very angry. He started telling me so many things that even I probably didn't understand at that point. And then I went up in the department, and then already realized that some big drama is going on. Everybody is looking at me as if I'm a criminal. There were some professors, I thought you were a very good girl, came from a very good family, from a very good school. How come you did this thing? There will be some disciplinary action against you. So
this is so much of an overreaction for such a very small and general thing that everyone does.
Yes, and surprisingly,
the most shocking part was the college authority didn't even care about other guys smoking, standing at the same place. They never accused them or even bothered to ask them anything. Yet at the same time, they penalized me for the same activity just because of my gender. If you think that smoking on the college premises is an offense or not allowed, you have to tell it to everybody. But they simply ignored the men. At least 50 other guys were there on that day smoking at the same place. But they didn't say anything to anybody except me. They made a huge melodrama out of this incident only because I'm a woman. I think that is not acceptable.
It was a sudden shock. Suddenly on a college, somebody gave me an order of suspension that 3 days I'll be suspended from the college, and the 4th day I have to come with my guardian, like my dad, and we have to apologize or something. It was a big deal at that point of time. Anyway, so that day passed like that. I didn't tell anything to my parents coming back to home. That night also passed. I was really worried. I was sad. I was worried. I didn't know what to do. I was anxious because that time it seems like, end of life. Because I never imagined that I have to say to my parent that you have to go to apologize on behalf of me, that too because I was smoking.
For something that everyone else was doing, but it was criminalized when it came to you.
Yes. So the next day, I went to the college again just to look around what's going on. So the professors in our department, they told, why don't you go and see the principal? And if the principal thinks like, okay, go and apologize to him. So I thought, okay, maybe that's a good idea. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting until the end of the day almost, but the principal didn't show up. And then at that point, I became kind of angry, because at that point, by that time, this kind of thing started to haunt me. Like, why I have to apologize? I came home, and then another moment of truth that I have to face my parents. Now I see that my parents handled the situation so nicely. They neither accused me nor indulged me. So we had a family talk, and then I was a little bit on a safer side that, okay, my parents are not gonna be mad at me. And then after 3 or 4 days, we had to go back. Me and my dad, we both went to the department. I really have the regret that why I had to apologize for the fact for parts were not being accused. The college suspended me for 3 days. And then on the 4th day, I had to go and write a letter, an official letter, saying that I apologize and in near future, I won't be repeating the same work again. So I had to, and this is an official one. I'm pretty sure if somebody goes to the same college and try to find that, they can find that document over there.
It reminds me of I don't know if it was a post or I think it came as a meme where when you are supposed to discourage a man from smoking, you say that, oh, please don't smoke, it causes lung cancer. But when you are saying that to a woman, you are like, oh, please don't smoke, it makes you look bad, or only women of loose moral character smokes. So
Exactly.
what is true, like that men don't have character, or that women don't have lungs? And when I read that, it stuck to me that yeah, it's the same way. So when women smoke, people look at them as like, oh, she must be such a woman of a bad character that
Yes.
she is standing around there in the street corner and smoking.
Exactly.
And when a man does that, he's so cool, he must be he
Manly.
must have
Yes,
like
those 70s, 80s, if you see all those movies everywhere. So there, the man, the hero always used to smoke. So, but
Exactly.
the vamps, all the negative
villains,
characters,
the women who are portrayed as villains,
yeah,
they are the ones who are smoking. Or it goes the same with like drinking, or
Yeah.
a very small example, riding a motorcycle. I don't know how this came into being, but when a guy rides a motorcycle, he's very cool, he's very manly. Yeah, and when a woman does the same thing, it's like, oh, look at that, she like, can she even handle a motorcycle? Or she must be like, she must have a very loose moral character, like she's driving a motorcycle. Like, how does
or maybe like she is a lesbian.
exactly like if she drinks in a bar, if she's smoking,
Now,
she
it
is
depends
either
on what kind of drink you were drinking. Is it a girly drink
that's
or
true.
not? If you were drinking whiskey, then she is like too bold to handle, or she is
Or
like
she's a lesbian.
manly. She's a lesbian for sure. If you are drinking some girly cocktail, I really don't know what is a girly cocktail.
like a pink daiquiri, then it's like, okay, she's a girly girl, she's submissive, I can go and handle her. Yeah, it's so weird. There is no benchmark about who said that this is for a man and this is for a woman. But somehow, like, you went through a very bad, and I would say traumatic experience.
It was traumatic, Tani. I would say that night, that particular day of the incident, on the particular time, I didn't realize, but afterwards, as the day passed on towards the night, it was very traumatic for me, because at that point, even I was thinking how to face the world. Because the way it has been projected to me, it was very traumatic for me, and nobody, kind of came and stood by me. That was very surprising. Like, I mean, I would have expected that my classmates or other people around me, my friends, they would come in support. But no, people, kind of gave a hand from a distance, because they didn't want to associate their name with this incident.
Yeah, exactly. And how bad and discriminatory is that? The same
Pathetic.
the same thing that you were doing, 50 other guys were doing the same thing, but nobody even batted an eyelid at them. But
And
this one
um,
experience became like a whole traumatic, life-changing thing for you
it,
just because you are a
it
woman.
was it definitely was very traumatic for me. And there was, and I remember something very funny even. So there was some political guy in our colleges. There were student council members who were affiliated to some political parties at that
Yeah.
point of time. So two of them just came, they just appeared, I even didn't ask them. So they came and said, oh, you did this, you should have told us before. You wanted to smoke, why didn't you go inside the canteen and smoke? Who asked you to smoke in front of the college? Oh, why? So smoking is allowed,
Yeah,
but
but
in a
only in
cover.
private. Yeah.
Only in a private. You go inside to the house somewhere else, hidden, then everything is allowed. But if you decide that no, I should come forward, then it's a problem.
I really want to know the logic behind that.
No,
Like,
there's no
does
logic
smoking
actually.
in private not cause cancer, or does smoking in public actually harm the society in some way? Yeah,
No, so
this,
smoking in private saves your character.
yeah. This is something that I guess most women in our society, at least in South Asian society, have faced. And I remember when I was coming to the States for my grad school, I was supposed to go talk to a few family members, like to get their blessings that I was coming here. And my grandma, she told me that, like, oh, are you going to wear jeans, or are you going to smoke and drink? I mean, how is going to grad school related to wearing jeans or smoking and drinking? And I, again, there is no logical answer to that. Like, you can't talk to this person and explain to them with logic that that's not how that works. That's, you are going to study, and drinking and smoking and wearing jeans, unfortunately, has nothing to do with it. But such is our society. And
Yeah. Please come forward, share your stories as well. I'm sure that every of us have somewhere else the stories of discrimination. So it will be good if we all share our stories. Then we'll come to know that we are not alone. So please come out, like share, you be our guest. Let us know. You can come here, join us in our conversation, maybe in our next conversation, and share your story. However, if you don't want to appear and would like to share the story anonymously, then we have something else for you.
yeah, you can share your story anonymously with us in a Google form, or you can email us your story and we will share it with the world and not mention your name. That's the whole point of sharing your
Nothing to
story
do with
and your
name or face,
experience.
but we'd like
Exactly.
to share the story, the actual story that happened with somebody.
Point behind us actually making this platform a reality was that the things that we had to go through. So let's say a 16-year-old girl, if she sees this video and she is being treated unjustly just for being a girl, she can stand up and say that no, like, there are other people who are not being treated the same just because they are a man, and just because I'm a woman, my moral character is being questioned because I'm smoking and everyone else is getting cancer from the same smoke. So I just hope that this video gives someone the courage to stand up and say that no, like, I will not be discriminated against just because of my gender.
Yeah, we have to stand up for ourselves, and that is the whole point of making these videos, that to let you know that no, you are not alone and this is not normal.
Yeah,
I mean, don't accept this normal, that it happens whenever, every time. Because at that point also, that when it happened to me, people told me that it's okay, let it go, it happens, I know it's bad, but what can you do being alone? Like, you cannot fight the system, right? You cannot fight or talk against the system because you are a student and that's a college body. Then your career, what will happen to your career, what will happen to your future? Just accept this. So with the word of this acceptance, let go, we always are actually indulging the system.
Yep. We are enabling people to treat us bad, because if we accept that we can be treated badly just because of our gender, someone who comes after us will not have the leg to stand on.
Yes, yes.
Alright, friends, that's all for today. See you in the next episode. Till then, take care.